hear me cue that. Today I want to talk a little bit about going further than you think you can. So again, I look at my mat as a mirror to my life. How I show up on the mat is how I'm showing up every day. And in this time of quarantine, the last few weeks, I've really found myself starting to get a little stagnant. I have a new default, so to speak. I have a new routine. A lot of it involves me. I'm raising my son, which is awesome, daily. Like I'm daddy daycare every day. And it ends up with me being on the sofa a lot while he's feeding or napping. I'm watching more Netflix than normal. So this new default has started to feel a little blah, for lack of a better word. I'm starting to feel really stagnant. And so I want to challenge myself, and I would like to challenge all of you in the practice today to get out of your default. So whenever I call a pose, I want you to check yourself, see if it's the way you always do that pose, and then I want you to challenge yourself to go a little further, whether that's extending the pose further or opening up wider, trying maybe a bind that you wouldn't normally do. Today is about going further than you ever thought you could before, and because that is what's possible for you in your life. It's what's possible for you on your mat today. So remember that. The mat is your mirror. How you show up today on your mat is how you show up every day in your life, and you can go further than you ever thought you could before. So we started the live stream at 9:25. We get 1 hour, so we're going to end just before 10:25. I am teaching a slightly modified Journey into Power, a Baptiste Journey into Power flow. And let's get started as I always get started, which is in Child's Pose. Let's start with Child's Pose and maybe setting up a little wider and longer in this pose than you ever have before. Really spread your knees out to the edges of the mat. Reach your big toes back as far as you can on the mat. And then I want you to extend your arms toward the front of the mat as far as you possibly can before you rest your forehead on the center of the mat. And it's here in Child's Pose that we begin to connect our mind with our body, with our breath, that ujjayi breath, in through the nose and out through the nose with your lips sealed. Let these first few poses be a moment of integration for you. A time for true yoga, union of your mind, your body, and your breath. Take this moment of meditation to scan your body, from your fingertips to your palms and your wrists, forearms to your elbows to your shoulders. How does your neck feel? How does your head feel today? Pull your shoulder blades onto your spine so that it lifts your elbows off the mat. Feel your chest expand as you inhale fully. Allow your stomach to expand as you inhale fully. Press your hips back to your heels. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Press your heels to the ceiling or the sky if you're practicing outside today. Take your drishti to the back center of the mat. Press the knuckles of your pointer fingers firmly into the mat. And once again, integrate your mind, your body, and your breath. Walk your feet to your hands for ragdoll. Ground the four corners of your feet into the mat. Grab opposite elbows. Pull the pit of your belly into your spine and extend the crown of your head to the mat. Sway side to side gently. Root down to the four corners of your feet and rise all the way up. Arms extended overhead. Spread your fingers wide. Look up. Hands to heart center. And we're going to begin the practice with one powerful Om. Om today like you've never Om'd before. Remember, the focus of this practice is to go beyond what your default is. So let's start with the Om. Inhale. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. High plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Extend your dog a bit. So walk your feet back slightly. Maybe walk your hands forward slightly. Feel a little bit different in this pose. See if you can be a new way today. Pull your shoulder blades onto your back. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Ragdoll. Ragdoll here. Lift your hips to the sky. Lift your 10 toes, spread your 10 toes. Press your 10 toes into the mat. Press the crown of your head toward the mat. Go deeper here than you've ever gone before. Place your hands on the mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Root down, rise all the way up, arms overhead. Reach your hands to the sky, spread your fingers, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, high plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths. This time, maybe spread your feet as wide as the mat will allow. Try that on. Maybe bring your hands in so that your thumbs touch. Try each pose a different way today. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Halfway lift, forward fold. Inhale, root down, rise all the way up. Forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. And let's get going. Step or hop forward. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise up, forward fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Look forward, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Root down, rise up. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Downward facing dog. 2 full breaths. Lift your right heel to the sky. Warrior 1, right side. Ground down through the 4 corners of your right foot. Pull your upper arm bones toward the back of your mat. Spread your fingers wide. Keep your drishti forward. And sink lower. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left heel to the sky. Warrior 1, left side. Try this pose on a little differently. What's your default Warrior 1 pose? Now change it up. Maybe you're going to move your back heel over towards the edge of your mat a bit. Maybe you're going to move it to the other edge of the mat. Try something a little different. Press the knife edge of your back foot into the mat. Vinyasa. High plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your right heel to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Stay here for a moment. Flex your right foot as if you're going to stamp it on the wall behind you. And then flip your dog. And then lift your heel. So press your 4 corners of both feet into the ground. Lift your hips to the sky. Reach your right hand forward toward the front of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Take your drishti to your right thumbnail. Side plank, right side. Stack your shoulder over your wrist. Lift your left hand to the sky. Spread your fingers wide. Take your drishti to your left thumbnail. Let's try this one a little different. Take your top foot, which is your left foot, bring it towards the outer edge of your mat, and then lift your hips high, wild thing. Then reach your left hand forward towards the front of the mat, and keep your drishti on your left thumbnail. Vinyasa into the other side. High plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Take your drishti to the center of the back of the mat. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Press your pointer finger and your thumb into the mat. Press your outer ankles down and your inner ankles back. You can feel that in your hamstrings. Lift your left heel to the sky. Bend your knee. Open your hip. Flex your left foot like you're going to stamp it on the wall behind you. Flip your dog. Four corners of your feet, press them into the mat, into the earth. Lift your hips high. Take your left hand and reach for the front of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Look at your left thumbnail. Side plank, left side. Stack your shoulder over your wrist. Look up at your right thumbnail. And again, take that top foot, your right foot, bring it to the outer edge of the mat. Lift your hips. Reach forward with your right hand. Wild thing. Keep your drishti on your right thumbnail. Vinyasa. High plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Try something new here. Bring your feet together in downward facing dog. Bring your hands maybe wider than your mat so that just your thumbs are on your mat. Pull your shoulder blades onto your spine, onto your back. Lift your right heel high and then bring it forward, crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. Keep your left heel lifted. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Press the center of your right heel into the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Now rotate your hands so that your pinkies face one another. You should really feel a difference in your shoulders. Keep your drishti forward. Bring your hands to heart center. And on your next exhale, Twist to the right side. Take your drishti to your middle fingers. If you always open up, try to stay right here. If you never open up, now's the time. Today's the day. Open up. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we try something a little different and we wobble and we fall. Warrior 2. Take your drishti to your right middle finger. Extended side angle on this right side. Right fingertips to the mat, left fingertips to the sky. If you never bind here, take your left hand, pull it behind your back. Take your right hand underneath your right hip and reach for your left hand. Then open up your heart. So take your drishti to the sky. Warrior 2. Vinyasa into the other side. Let's meet in downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Lift your left heel to the sky. Crescent lunge, left side. Keep your right heel lifted off the mat. Take your upper arm bones toward the back of your mat. Spread your fingers wide. Point your pinkies towards one another. Warrior 2. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Press all 4 corners of your left foot into the mat. Extended side angle, left side. Left fingertips to the mat. Right fingertips to the sky. If you always take a bind here, try to stay today. Try to stay and then open your heart a little wider with every exhale. Maybe opening your heart is what could be new for you. Remember, the mat is your mirror. Warrior 2, Vinyasa. High plank to low, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and hop forward. Toe heel your feet together. Give yourself a halfway lift. Extend the crown of your head to the front of the mat. Fingers to toes, forward fold. Now, how many of you started to spread your feet out to be hips width? Well, that's your default. Try it a little different today. What about feet together? Fingers to toes, forward fold. What about feet wider than the mat? Whatever you choose, halfway lift, forward fold. Deeper into this fingers to toes, forward fold. Pull the pit of your belly into your spine. Extend the crown of your head to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Fingers, palms to toes, forward fold. So, gorilla. Is your gorilla narrow feet today? Are you gonna really become a gorilla and go all the way outside of your mat? Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale deep into the pose. Press the mound of your big toe into the crease of your palm. Pull on your feet with your hands and press on your hands with your feet. Lift your hips to the sky. Press the crown of your head to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, crow. Go for it. Take your drishti to the front center of the mat. Chaturanga. Meet in downward facing dog. Step or hop forward to ragdoll. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Eagle, right side. So your right arm goes underneath, and then your right leg goes over. Take your drishti forward. If you always bind your arms in the eagle arms, try to cross them today and place your palms on your shoulders. If you always cross your arms and place them on your shoulders, go for the bind today. Eagle, left side. If you always bind your legs in eagle, maybe try kickstand today, where your heel rests just above your ankle. If you're always unbound, go for the bind today. Just go for it. What do you have to lose? You're gonna wobble on your mat in your living room and nobody else is looking. Eagle, right side. Go for it. Eagle, left side. Standing leg raise, right side. If you always grab your knee here, go for your foot. Open up. Take your drishti to your left hand. Back to center. Extend your right heel toward the front of the mat. Airplane. Extend your right heel to the back of the mat. Take your arms out wide and fly your airplane. Half moon. So your left fingertips to the ground, your right fingertips to the sky. Lift your right leg 2 inches higher. Take your drishti up to your right thumb. Standing leg raise, left side. Ground down through all 4 corners of your right standing foot. Open up. Take your drishti to your right hand. Bring everything back to center. Extend your left heel to the front of the mat. Airplane, extend your left heel to the back of the mat. Bring your arms out wide. Fly your airplane. Half moon. Right fingertips to the ground. Left fingertips to the sky. Take your drishti to your left thumbnail. Tree. Tree, right side. So ground down to the 4 corners of your left foot, your standing leg. Keep your drishti forward. Press the sole of your right foot into your inner left thigh and your inner left thigh into the sole of your right foot. Tree pose, left side. This side's easier. Press the sole of your left foot into the inner thigh, right thigh, and your inner right thigh into the sole of your left foot. Maybe grow your tree on this side, arms overhead. Spread your fingers wide. Samastitihi. So ground all four corners of both feet into the mat. Press the inner ankles down and the outer ankles back. Externally rotate your shins. Pull the pit of your belly in towards your spine. Lift your pelvis up and allow your tailbone to descend. Bring your arms down by your side. Pull your shoulder blades onto your back. Lift the crown of your head to the sky. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. High plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right heel to the sky and bring it forward for warrior one. Set up strong base. All four corners of your right foot press into the mat. Knife edge of your back foot into the mat. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Pull your upper arm bones to the back of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Warrior two. Straighten your right leg for triangle. Right side. Right fingertips to the mat. Left fingertips to the sky. Open your heart. With each exhale, open a little bit wider. Maybe opening your heart is new for you. Side facing, wide leg, forward fold. So point both of your toes to the left side of your mat. Grasp your hands behind your back, and on the inhale, press down. Open your heart, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Press the crown of your head toward the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, deeper. Namaste, front facing forward fold, or pyramid. So bring your back foot in halfway. If you can namaste your hands or hands in prayer position behind your back, that's the pose. It's not what I normally do. It definitely feels different. Inhale, your heart opens up, look up. Exhale, then fold forward over a straight right leg. Pull your right hip back and press your left hip forward. Extend the crown of your head toward the mat. Press the mound of your big left toe into the mat. You should really feel it should light up your hamstring. Press your big left toe into the mat. Vinyasa, into the other side. So high plank to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Lift your left heel to the sky. Warrior one. Set it up here powerfully. Ground the four corners of your left foot into the mat. Press the knife edge of your back foot into the mat. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Press the upper arm bones back towards the back of the mat. Spread your fingers wide. Warrior two. Pull your shoulder blades onto your back. So you almost drop your shoulders. So most people are up here. My warrior two, just pull your shoulders onto your back, and that drops your shoulders. And then give your drishti to your front middle finger. Focus on where you're headed, forward. Straighten your left leg for triangle. Open your heart with every exhale. Side facing, wide leg, forward fold. This time, go ahead and bring your arms down in front of you. Inhale, your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward and grab the outsides of your feet. So the nice edges of your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Crown of your head goes toward the mat. Slight bend in your knees. Pull the pit of your belly in toward your spine. Fold forward. Namaste, front facing, forward fold. Bring your back foot halfway in. Namaste, your hands behind your back. Try something new today. Inhale, open your heart, look up. Exhale, fold forward over a straight left leg. Pull your left hip back, press your right hip forward. Press the mound of your big left toe into the mat. Chaturanga, so high plank, and then slowly lower down to low plank. And hold your low plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and do the straight to the mat. Locust, arms by your side, palms facing up. Zip your legs together and lift up. Take your drishti to the front center of the mat. Floor bow. Inhale, lift up. So flex your feet like you're going to stand on the ceiling. Kick your feet into your hands and pull your feet with your hands. Upward facing dog. Open your heart here. Camel. Stand up on your knees. Press your hips forward. Again, open your heart. Press your palms onto your upper butt. Push your hips forward. Press your elbows toward one another. Open your heart. and then reach for your heels. Press your hips forward, open your heart. Press your hips forward, open your heart. Bridge. Don't waste time. Set it up powerfully. Ground all four corners of both feet into the ground. Press your hips to the sky. Clasp your hands together and then roll your shoulders underneath. We're going to hold bridge for 25 seconds. Trust me, there's a payoff. Ground down through all four corners of your feet. Lift your hips. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Supta Baddha Konasana. Press the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to fall out toward the edges of your mat. Place your right hand on your stomach and your left hand on your heart. Reconnect with your Ujjayi breath. Lift both legs to the sky. Flex your feet for waterfall. If you'd like to do a shoulder stand here, and then progress into plow and deaf man's pose, now's the time. If you want to go for a headstand or a handstand or any other inversion of your choice, now's the time. If you've gone inverted, begin to make your way out of headstand or handstand. If you've been in plow, go to deaf man's pose, or slowly roll back out. Hug your knees into your chest. Cross your ankles for a moment. Rock side to side and give your lower back a massage. Extend your left leg out 2 inches off the ground. Supine twist to your left side. So taking your left palm to the outer edge of your right knee, folding over. Your right arm is straight out to the right, and take your drishti to your right thumbnail. Come back to center with both knees in towards your chest. Extend your right leg out. Supine twist to the right side. Taking your drishti over to your left thumbnail. back to center. Let's go happy baby. A little out of order, but hey, that's something new today. So grab the outer edges of your feet. Pull your knees toward the ground. Keep your lower back on the ground here. Don't allow it to lift up. Just press your lower back into the mat. Pull your bottoms of your feet down so your knees are going toward the mat. You can again rock side to side here like my son Ben does. I would not recommend putting your toes in your mouth like he does. Super cute for him, but probably not so much for you. Or maybe it is. Maybe that's what you try on new today. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together one last time. Right hand on your stomach, left hand on your heart. Once you get set up, begin to slow your breathing to a normal cadence and take Shavasana. Nothing left to do. Be. With your eyes remaining closed, make your way over to your right side in a fetal position. This position of rebirth and renewal, symbolizing your opportunity to begin again. No matter what happened before you got on the mat today, no matter what happened while you were on the mat today, you now have an opportunity to begin again. With your eyes remaining closed, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to seal today's practice with one powerful Om. Inhale. Bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead center, your seat of intuition and all-knowing. The light and love inside of me recognizes and honors the light and love inside of each and every one of you. Together we say, Namaste. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Enjoy your Thursday. start with child's pose, and